Yes, my people, welcome back to the LOFTCAST. My name is Cisco.
My name's Sam.
And Sam, what have we been up to?
Been up to a lot, mate.
Yeah, it's been a year since we've done one.
Yeah, been since June last year. We've not done one since then. So what's happened? We had New Year's with Felmer, which was unbelievable. It's the first time I actually thought in Jersey I've been to a club night, and it felt like a UK club show. It was really good. Then after that, we did our first event in Liverpool, which was unbelievable. We'll talk a little bit more, I'm sure, about that in a bit. And then we've just been planning a lot, to be honest. We've been planning Leeds potentially is on the cards as the next location. Obviously Liverpool again in November. And then also trying to put some plans together to do a festival, which has been insightful and frustrating at the same time, I think. So yeah, we've been up to a lot.
I think it's been quite exciting as well, though. Like, it's been fun to obviously get to know the ins and outs of what it takes to do a festival, really get the information from the horse's mouth, should we say, because as you're coming up and as you're learning about the industry, how to do an event, you really go off the people that have done events before. But it's really good to see it from the perspective of like the government and really have an insight of what it actually really takes to do.
Yeah, 100%. I think we were a little bit naive, to be honest. There's a lot that goes into it. Yeah. And, we were planning in a premises that already had a license, but even then to do it, we realised how complicated it was, and it wasn't a straightforward process, something we couldn't pull off in a few months. So yeah, anyway, not time wasted. We've spent good time there, like you say. We've met the right people. Definitely still going to do it. Just need to figure out a date and also figure out a venue. So I'm excited for it. Scary at the same time. A lot of money at risk, which obviously in the vlog which we've spoken about that we've done recently, will give people a bit more of an insight in terms of what finance actually goes into a festival, the costs involved. So when that comes out, you can have a bit more insight into the cost. But it's a hell of a lot.
Just to clarify, what Sam's talking about, the vlog, is basically behind the scenes videos that we've been doing. So we basically recorded our journey from the beginning, from when we started to plan for the festival, which unfortunately we are not going to be able to get over the line this year. But we've, like Sam said, we've met the right people. We know exactly what to do now. We have a lot of good contacts in the government, things that we will obviously talk about more in the future. But for now, I think I want to go back to, I guess, let's first speak about doing an event in Jersey compared to the UK. And what are your thoughts about, first of all, I want to hear your thoughts about how do you feel on doing an event in Jersey, and then I want to take you back and then ask how you feel doing an event in, for example, Liverpool, what the difference were, what did you like most, what didn't you like, and really take everyone on that journey.
Yeah, I think the first thing that stood out to me, which is something I want to replicate in Jersey, is the atmosphere. People just get the music, and obviously we have to bear in mind, like, there's more of a demographic of people that like underground music in the UK, and there are people in Jersey that like it, but like that really like it and know the tunes, and like those underground tunes that you think, okay, unless you're properly into music, like, you're not going to know those tracks. So I think one thing which we've obviously had a chat about, and one of the drivers for us, is trying to educate people a bit more in terms of the music, and then hopefully in the ways that we're planning to do that, people will start to get more involved, or I guess try and have a bit more insight in terms of underground music and get more involved. So then when it's played at events, we can recreate some of the atmosphere we had in the UK. I think, to be honest, for the last event we did, we picked 3 acts which were very risky from a Jersey scene. So we picked, Baxter, DJ Love, and then we also had Faster Horses. Probably not as risky, but still risky. I mean, unless you're into your music or you're into the scene, you don't really know of those DJs. And they all brought a very different style to what we're used to here in Jersey, like the standard house or like drum and bass, which obviously is massive. and I actually felt like people were connected with the music a lot more. Don't know why that is. Maybe people are getting a bit more involved with underground music, or maybe they're exposing themselves a bit more when they're going to the UK. But I definitely think that's one thing for me. Secondly, obviously, one thing we noticed was how easy it was to do. People do events much more regularly in the UK, and they've got much more spaces, so there's a lot more competition, which obviously means that the venues that put on events have to know what they're doing. You can't have a big promoter rock up to a venue, not saying us, I'm saying like a big promoter, be it a circus in Liverpool or something like that. They can't rock up to a venue and it not be organised and set up. So one thing I think is definitely organisation, and in terms of running the night, it was almost seamless. Whereas like over here, I mean, there's always things that you have to resolve, and it's like that should be something down to the club to organise. So definitely organisation. But I also think that comes a bit down to the actual space itself, which is a big problem over here. We don't have a lot of spaces. So Rojo's, for example, like the downstairs, we have to reconfigure that room every time we do it. And we're thinking like, okay, how can we use the space? Can we use like the DJ booth here? Can we put it there? Like, what are we thinking? Whereas if you go to the UK, the club is set up as the club. You don't need to change anything. The sound system's there, the lighting's there. They've got a lighting engineer, they've got a sound engineer. Like it's very, very, very systemised / organised. So that's definitely one thing I noticed. And yeah, like I say, the second thing, the atmosphere.
Yeah. Just to obviously try and explain a little bit more in depth about what Sam is saying is, here in Jersey, you have to organise sound, you have to organise light, you have to organise people going in, coming out, decorations, all of those kind of things. You have to outsource in various different places. So you're not just speaking to one guy, like speaking to one club and they have everything there. What you have to do is go to one person for light, one person for sound, one person for decorations, one person to do the door, one person, like there's a lot of different parties that you have to speak to organise an event here, where in the UK, well, in our experience in the UK, in Liverpool, we only had to speak to one person.
Which was the club.
And they had everything in place. Here, you have to pay a couple of different people to organise the event, where there, you just pay one person, and everything else is just, you rock up. As long as you can do a good job promoting the acts, getting tickets sold, you turn up, and you're ready to pretty much rock and roll.
Yeah, it's less stressful.
Less stressful, yeah.
I mean, we've tried to be a bit better, more organised over here, and you do over time, but
Just touching on that, actually, that's a good point, because one of the things that we have really learned, I would say in the past probably 6 months, is the experience of setting up. So take us back to when we first started doing events and how it is now. Like, what are the main things that we have both learned in terms of setting an event? Because I remember in the beginning how much more stressful it was to what it is like, and it's like night and day.
Yeah, I think the main thing which we've always been big believers in is we're not the best at everything. So to find people who are best in certain areas to do those things, because like we do have our strengths, but we also have a lot of weaknesses. So we'd be very naive to say we're the best at everything we do, because we're not. So I think what we've done really well is we found the right people to work with who can do certain things. So I'd say that's probably the main one. But yeah, I mean, in the beginning, I was almost just like not enjoying the night because you're stressed so much about putting it on.
Yeah.
So like, it's only really the last 2-3 events where I've actually just been like, I've learned to just like be in the moment and enjoy it. I don't know what you feel like with that.
No, I agree. I think like you said, we've become really good at finding people who are better than us and rewarding those people for those skills, which has taken so much stress away. And like you said, let us enjoy everything that we've created, because the event doesn't just happen on the night. It's the backlog of organising the people that need to be there, the sound systems, everything. Also the promoting, also the booking of the artists, bringing them in, like hotels, everything, all that goes behind the scenes. And then on the actual day, we actually, at least the last 2, we've been able to get there and be like, do you know what, we're going to enjoy ourselves. We've created this up until now, and now we just want to experience, which is one of the reasons why we started.
Yeah, Yeah, 100%. It's a passion, but again, like if you don't have those things organised, you're just running around like a headless chicken, trying to do this, trying to do that. You're doing the door. You're like, someone said there's a problem upstairs. You're running upstairs, and then it's not until like a few days later that you thought, oh, actually that was alright, but like you didn't enjoy it on the night. Yeah. So I think that's one thing that I definitely want to do moving forward, is just trying to enjoy it a bit more and like be present in the moment, because who knows how many we'll do or how far we'll go, but you know, we're only going to want to keep doing it if we enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's important.
So back to Liverpool, who was your favourite artist?
Ooh, chuck me under the bus.
Yeah. Let me reframe that actually. Tell me who you enjoyed most and who you were surprised by.
I thought you were about to say, tell me who you enjoyed most and who you enjoyed least. No. Okay, so who I enjoyed most and who I was surprised by.
Yeah.
It's difficult because I enjoyed different acts for different reasons. I'd say the one person that stood out for me just for the type of music that I'm enjoying right now is probably Effie. I really enjoyed her. She played like a mix of just a whole host of things: house, techno, a bit of breaks, some 140. Like she really just played a good selection of tracks, and thought her mixing was like really good that night. Who surprised me? I thought Baxter was really good, and he smashed it here as well. Thought he was one of my favourites over here. I mean, everyone was good, but I don't know. He's got his style down to a T. You know, if you hear him, you know a Baxter set. I think from the last 2 times I've heard him, and given he's very young and like still developing as an artist and his sound and stuff like that, I think probably he's got sound down to a T. But I'd say probably Baxter. What about you?
For me, I really enjoyed Jesse from X Club. I think his energy was on point. He was like dancing. He's very, obviously we got to meet him a bit more, so I really enjoyed his stage presence. He was very like switched on, like the tunes were banging. He was just like enjoying himself, and you could see that he has a passion for it, which I really connected with. And I agree.
He's a good guy as well.
Yeah,
a really good guy.
Very good guy.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I think Baxter really. I wasn't sure what to expect. And when I heard Baxter play straight away, when he was playing, we'll take him to Jersey for the next one, which is
why we brought him back.
Yeah, which was The Last Dance, which actually takes us in nicely into The Last Dance. By the way, The Last Dance was the last event that the Loft did at Rojo's. Rojo's is now going to be closed on the 27th of July, something like that. End of July. So basically, it was the last party that we hosted at Rojo's, and we called it The Last Dance because it was the last time that we would do an event there.
Yeah.
So yeah, how did you find The Last Dance?
Yeah, I think firstly is one thing I want to mention is obviously it's sad to see another club go. I think right now there needs to be a lot of change from up above, and I think, you know, now going through the process of meeting the right people, having the right conversations, we realise, you know, the change needs to happen first from government. You know, there's a lot being said about change, and there's not a lot being done, and you'll see that from from the articles we're doing, you know, with the JP and the bailiwick and stuff like that. And I think that's one big concern, which I think we're trying to push, and we're trying to do as much as we can, and trying to do as much as we can to help the scene, obviously. So I think we'll continue to do that and try and push for change, because, you know, that's another club gone. We've only got Rojo's gone. We've only got the Splash, Havana really, that will support underground music. That's 2 clubs in an island of 100,000 people. So that's pretty scary. But in terms of the actual last event we did, the atmosphere was on point. It was a perfect number of people, I think. Almost sold out, but like we didn't push the numbers too high this time. Like, you know, I think it was a perfect number of people. Early atmosphere. I think we had everyone in by 10:30, 11, which is unheard of. You know, and one of the things we're always trying to drive is trying to create a bigger night, because you only have so many hours. You can only do it till 2. So how, one thing we always say is, how can you get more out the night and get more DJs on the lineup? Well, I think the way that we try to do that is push it early, but it's trying to get people into that mindset. So yeah, I was really chuffed to see everyone in by like 10:30. That was spot on. It was just a good atmosphere. Like everyone was on point. I didn't see any trouble, which I never really see at our events anyway. But yeah, I was just really happy with the event. What about yourself?
I think I really liked the main room. Like it felt really, I don't know, like the blue lights. I don't know what it is about it, but it just feels very like warm and like, I don't know. I just really like how we always do the blue room. But the other thing that I really liked was how much the DJ stepped up. Like, I can't really fault any of the DJs that played, whether it was in the main room, downstairs, or in the roof terrace. I think everyone, you can really see how much everyone is developing and how much more people are paying attention to the tunes they select and like the experience they've had from previous events. So it's really nice to see how so many of our local DJs are actually growing and stepping into like more confidence, more excitement, and really up for it to be like, we want to put on good parties, because the Loft wouldn't be anything without all the DJs and everyone that has supported us in this journey.
So I've got a question for you. Out of all the local DJs, which people surprise you the most? Or which people surprise you, or which people are you most impressed with?
Okay, I'll do all floors, one of each floor.
I mean, the main room, it was only you, Elliot, and Harley.
I think so. Okay, main top room, I think Sonoros did a really good job. I really enjoyed the kind of stuff they were playing and the energy they had. So I'd say Roof Terrace, I really enjoyed their set.
So that's Will and Arthur, for those that don't know.
Will and Arthur, I really enjoyed their set. To be honest, it was actually, I think, because I went for the meal with obviously the artists that we brought over. I didn't have a chance to listen to everyone, but I was there to listen to theirs, so I'd have to say this.
Who also he was just playing a few tunes I had to go out to, and I was like, what's that song?
Yeah,
it's one of those. I didn't have the Shazam on, but Danny, he's got some tunes.
He's got
some tunes.
Yeah. He's a proper crate digger. He's good. He's got a well good tune. So I'd say, because I didn't hear his set, unfortunately, I was out. So I liked Sonoros for the top. In the main room, I think Harley and Evans have really good chemistry from the locals. I think them two together, they really bounce off each other, and the synergy was there between them. So I think it was me and Ashley, we were on the dance floor, and we both were talking, we were like, they have good tunes together, so they complement each other, which I think is really good. And then downstairs, I think Big Cook, Little Cook, for me, they proper smashed it. Like
that's Chris and Finn, by the way.
Chris and Finn, Big Cook, Little Cook. I think they did really well downstairs. I really enjoyed their set. Everyone, don't get me wrong, everyone did amazing. Like, I'm not saying they're better than anyone or anything like that. What I'm stating is, I really enjoyed their sets. I think everyone did amazing. Those stood out to me at that particular time. So, What about you?
I kind of missed a few of them.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was just on the dance floor in the main room, just enjoying my time. To be honest, I didn't really move from one spot, so I couldn't tell you. I mean, like I said, Danny upstairs, he's got good tune selection. You can tell. Like I said, it's the first time he played for us.
Yeah.
But he's got good tune selection, and then I just didn't move from one spot on the dance floor. I enjoyed my night.
So I want to take you back in time, and I want to ask you a few questions about the Loft, about me and you. I'll start with the first question, actually. What are some of the achievements that you're most proud of that we have accomplished so far?
It's got to be Liverpool. That's the one that stands out to me. Like, it was just being in the room and seeing it fall for I mean, it was a big risk. Bear in mind, we put up a lot of money for that event, and like the idea when we were planning Liverpool, it was, we don't. It's not about the money. our plan is to go big. If we fall slightly short, it is what it is. But like, we wanted to do it big, and we wanted to put a stamp there because, one, you've got a lot of competition. So if you don't go big, there's a risk that there's another promoter on the same night doing something bigger, and then they pull the audience away. So for us, we were like, right, we've got to go big. So we did 5 artists in a club where typically they only set up the club for 1 room, and we ended up doing 2 rooms and pretty much selling it out, which I think we gave a really good impression to the club. I was just really proud. To be honest, I wasn't expecting us to do that. Like, I'll be honest. I knew we could do well, but I didn't think we'd do that well. So I'd say Liverpool, and just the atmosphere and the energy in that place was just next level. Yeah. And nice. I think people actually have said, like, from the feedback we've got on social media, that was probably one of the best events they've gone to, like, so far this year. Well, February, but you've got like Blackstone Warehouse, you've got big events, like 5,000 capacity events. So yeah, I'd say that's probably the proudest moment so far. What about yourself?
For me, I'm actually really proud of the team that we've become. Like, the way we've been able to really find balance in our way of approaching things. Like, we've really started to really understand how we best work, and we give each other space to really take lead in certain areas and really support each other and really go for something that we didn't even think was possible like 2-3 years ago. The things that we've done this year so far, like, just touching on, I wanted to talk about this as well, is everything that we've done behind the scenes, that we've got footage, everything that we've learned from a limited mindset to an abundance mindset. I think how much we've grown in the past 3-4 months, I think that's what I'm most proud of in terms of like the team that we have become, the communication that we have between each other. And the thing is, one thing that we've always been very good at is, say for example, we said, this needs to be done by this date. Like, no matter what, it gets done. We're always like very
true to our word.
True to our word. Thank you for that. Yeah, true to our word. So I would say, I think the achievement I'm most proud of is the team that we've become and everything that we have done in the past year. I think that's the thing I'm most proud of.
Bit more sentimental than mine.
Yeah.
But no, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't feel like we've done a lot this year, but it, like, for someone looking from the outside in, it may not feel like we've done a lot this year, but Jesus Christ, like, how much has gone on and what that's building to.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's why I'm excited to show the vlog and stuff, because like, people really don't know. Yeah. And it's not someone's like fault that they don't know. It's just that no one's really showed them before. And it's the same for me. Like, we wouldn't have known. People can say, this is how to do a festival, but until you do it and document it, people don't know. Yeah. So I'm excited to show people how much time we've put in and what actually goes in behind the scenes, because it's I mean, it's a hell of a lot of work. I'm
just thinking about that 2 week period where we were doing Zoom calls every day from 6 till about 10:30, 11. Do you remember that? And that was like, I was going to bed knackered. I was so tired.
I think there's one thing, I mean, there's one thing which I'm trying to learn to be better at, but it's difficult. Like, you only have so much time in the day. It's like, I really appreciate now when I see someone who's like really done something big, either in events or whatever industry, because I think people look at it and say, they've got something successful, but until you do it yourself, you realise how much commitment goes on behind the scenes, and I think you appreciate it a bit more. So it's a lot, but I mean, we wouldn't do it unless we were passionate and we wanted to do something bigger. So like, I'm not telling people to be sympathetic. Like, I'm doing this because I want to do it.
Of course.
But you do appreciate how much goes into it. And
100%.
I think when we hit these milestones, it's like, that was worth it. You know?
Yeah. So taking on to the next question, what is your favourite memory from the past year?
What do you mean?
Like like from like everything that we've created.
Okay. Because I mean, I could pick out a good memory, but it's probably not. It's probably not suitable for the podcast.
Like, okay, maybe not memory, but like an experience that you've had, whether it was an event or doing something that you really thought like, wow, that was sick.
Can I come back to it and ask you the question?
Yeah, I'll tell you mine. So mine was, do you remember when we were in Liverpool in the main room? And like, I can't remember what happened. A tune came on or something happened, and I looked at you, and we were like, do you remember the moment I'm talking about? And
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
like,
well, that's the moment where I was like, fucking hell, we've done it. Like, this event.
I would say that was like the moment that I was like that stayed with me. Like that emotion of being like, fuck, we actually smashed it.
I'm just laughing because the only moment I've got in my head right now, I'm not going to explain it, but the only moment I've got in my head right now is when we went back to the afters at the house that we rented on Airbnb, and Harry was stuck on the oven. That's it. I'm not going to say anything else. That's all I'm going to say.
If you want to know more details, you know who to ask.
That's strictly confidential. You're not sharing any of that. Anyway, I don't know. I can't think of one in my head, but that's just what I've got stuck in my head right now.
Next question. We got two more. So next one is, what would you like to see more of in Jersey?
What would I like to see more of?
Yeah.
I'd like to see more change from the government quicker. That's what I'd like to see. And I'd like to see, well, not more, but definitely more. I'd like to see a new venue or some other venue that would allow us to do a space, because, so I'd say more venues, if I'm going to keep it short. Yourself?
I think for me would be, I would like to see a bigger demographic of people come to our events. I would like to have people be a little bit more curious about what it is that we're doing, because so many people still haven't come to our event. And I'm only speaking from the experience of the last dance, because I had 3 or 4 people that hadn't come to our event come up to me and be like, oh, this was actually pretty good. And one of them actually said that they would come to our next event in Liverpool. I'm not going to say names, obviously, but
yeah, I remember you said the conversation. And it was, I think from that conversation, correct me if I'm wrong, they said it was a nice, like, it was a nice range of like different ages. It wasn't like all 18-year-olds or it wasn't all 40-year-olds. It was like a good mix, which is quite rare at sort of like events. You either get like one or the other. But yeah, I agree. I mean, one thing I hope from our events is we at least inspire, a few people to try something different outside of what they normally listen to, I mean, me playing every weekend, you get people coming asking for the same songs. It's like, do you not want to just hear something different for once? So I think hopefully our events will inspire more people to try and just be a bit more open-minded to music, and maybe they might not like it, or maybe, out of 50 people, 10 people, be inspired to actually like underground music and sort of take an interest in that.
Yeah, I agree. I like that. And then final question is, what's the one thing you've learned most about yourself in the past 3 months?
I can't do everything.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably it.
I like that.
Not so much that like. I think I've tried to do too much. Yeah. And it's focusing my attention on a few things as opposed to trying to do like so many different things. Like you only have so much time in the day, and then you got to balance that with life and everything else. So and the challenges that work and relationships and all that. So I think one thing I've learned this year is just to focus on a few things and to be really focused, not spend 3 hours doing nothing, like spend a good hour doing one thing and using my time more efficiently. So I think I'd say from a personal level, not from like a Loft standpoint, I'd say probably focus, being more focused. Yourself?
I like that. For me, has been about balance, finding balance in everything that I do, and being able to allocate time to do things properly and like really have a clear vision of what it is that I want to achieve. And that for me has led into all these amazing meetings that we've had recently, all the amazing people that we have met, and really have an intention behind what it is that we want to achieve. I think the experiences that we've had recently with all the people that we've met, and how we've been able to navigate conversations and really get the best out of the situation, has been something that I thought of both of us, like, wow, we actually really did a good job there. Not just like in sales, but kind of cultivating relationships and really like coming from a standpoint of like, how can we help this person achieve what they want, so then we can potentially receive something.
Yeah, I think it's solutions as opposed to like coming at a point of this is what we want to do. So how can we solve like a problem that in whatever it is? But I think one other thing, just touching on that, has come to mind is not to put a lot of pressure on wanting something to happen, and just it is what it is.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean do nothing.
Yeah, no, of course.
That means like we do it, and if something's meant to be, it's meant to be. Like the festival, I mean, we spoke about it after doing that. We basically recorded a vlog.
Yeah.
And the vlog, which you'll see soon, I won't share too much about, but the idea behind the vlog was to announce it as part of showing what was happening with the festival. But from that, obviously, things didn't go to plan. But then a few things happened afterwards. People we'd met, potential dates that came up, and other things that almost felt like it that particular day wasn't meant to be anyway, and that there was a bigger purpose as to why that didn't happen. So I think not putting pressure on things and just like, it is what it is. What happens is what happens.
I really like that. I like that you said that, because life is not happening to us, it's happening for us. And like that perspective, when we had that conversation in the car, we both were just at peace with whatever the outcome will be. And I really like that. So on to the next one. June. So let's bring things up again. Now, obviously, as you just mentioned, we're not going to do the festival in June, which was meant to be the 8th of June. However, we are still going to do an event. We're going to do
we're doing an event at the Splash, and we still have 2 very good acts for that event. We're going to do 2 rooms, plus an outside daytime sort of rave, and then we also, for the first time ever, we're doing a theme. So we are doing. So you'll see the post, which is probably it
was already out.
Yeah. So the event name's called Hydro. So the idea behind it, which will show you a bit more behind the scenes, I'll share it, right? Yeah. So we're going for like Avatar / aquarium theme. So we're gonna kit the whole club out. It's gonna look sick. So excited for that.
Yeah.
And then
so let me clarify one thing. Actually, we're not doing the decorations.
Not doing it,
no. We hired someone to do the decorations. So we got Tim at Scene Creations. He's going to be doing all the decor, because again, he's much better than us. This is what he does for a living. So it's about finding the right person to do the right job. Yeah. So we're not doing the decoration. He'll be doing. So it'll be all kitted out, and yeah.
So you'll be seeing this. The event will be live. Excited because it probably is going to be our only event at the Splash for the year. Now looking at it potentially. So plan is to do this as being our summer opener and probably summer closing, because we're not going to potentially do a summer closing party. We might not.
Not at the Splash, but we might do that one.
This is what I'm saying. So it could be our only event we do at the Splash this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited for it. We're going to take a toned down touch on the music. Summer, we thought we're going to go a bit more housey, so we're going for a bit more that themed, and trying to think what else. Have I missed anything?
No, I think what we want to try and do is cater for as many people as we possibly can. The room 2, we can play a bit more garage, a bit more.
Yeah, I think we want to cater to more people, but also we want to stay true to what we like.
Correct.
We'd never budge on that, and that's like one of our principles. You know, we're never gonna. We'd never book an artist because we think that it will sell. We book an artist because we like them.
We like their music.
We like their music. And you know, we listen to them ourselves, and it's something we'd like to listen to.
And it's not like commercial.
Yeah. We want to still try and take the risk and try to push different boundaries, you know, because we hope, like I said from before, you know, we're going to introduce people to new sounds, inspire a few more people. So yeah, we'll always, we'd never, and we've always said that, you know, we'd never pick an artist because we think it's a big artist. We pick them because we like them. So I think that's it, right?
Yeah. And then just touching base, two final things that we'll turn, then we'll wrap it up. Liverpool.
Next one, November. Jesus.
Stop it, will ya? Honestly, I've not been so excited about November.
Wait, don't touch wood. I mean, don't jinx it. It's pretty much locked. But
bigger venue first.
Massive venue.
Yeah. The lineup that we have planned is huge. We're also going to be working with Axon again, because the relationship there was amazing. Kieran is amazing. Like, when he told me his age, I was like, what?
Yeah, he's very wise for his age. He's good.
Very wise and like such a nice guy. I really enjoyed his energy.
Kieran, by the way, runs Axon.
So big act, bigger venue, bigger capacity. It's going to be sick. We want to invite you all to join us. I think flights are like 20 to 30 pounds if you book an hour.
I mean, maybe let's say 50, 60 pounds. But
so if you want more information on that, obviously drop us a message, let us know. One of the things we did last time was book a big accommodation place where we had an afters back. So if you we have a postman we have an engineer behind the camera and he's just laughing at us.
But basically, anyway, it's a good time.
It's a very good time. So if you're wondering where you're gonna stay or whatever, like, message us, because what we want to do is make it like a community-driven project. We want you to be part of it, and don't feel like you can't join a bigger crew and really get to meet new people. Actually, that's something I want to touch on quickly. How good it's been through everyone since starting the Loft. How many more DJs we've met? How many more people we have met? And how closer we have all become and created this community, especially when we've been away.
Yeah, I think do you know what? It's not even that. I think it's just it is that, but it's more like that I can call a lot of people now my friends. You know, people that I may not have met before we got into this. So it's been sick. I'm sure we'll meet a lot more people along the road. But I mean, the point I think Cisco's getting at is, it's welcome to everyone. You know, we want to see as many people. I mean, even walking around the event, and I was like, you're right, mate. It's like from Jersey. It's weird, isn't it?
It was really weird, especially like guys that were already at uni there, and we're like, what?
We weren't expecting
it. It was like weird, but it was like a really nice feeling that they came to support. Even they didn't have to, but like to see people from Jersey there was like, it was such a good feeling. Like really good feeling.
So anyway, more news on that to come, but it's
we'll probably announce probably after the June event, I would say.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Or may have one bigger thing.
Might
have an event in Leeds. But we'll
finally, the last thing that we are working on to obviously release at the end of the year. The music label.
To be honest, we work on so much stuff I forget now. So the plan is to we're working with someone potentially. We've not yet finalized that, but the plan is to open a music label and showcase production in Jersey, and then hopefully expand into sort of other markets. So that's
I
mean, you're more in tune with the production side and the label, so I'll let you talk about that.
So basically, we've got a really good connection in London. Someone who's actually from Jersey. We'll disclose more information once everything is agreed. But we've been working really hard behind the scenes with him. Really nice guy. He works in A&R. A&R is basically people who go out looking for talent, new talent. So he's already got experience in the industry, and we're just finalizing all those little bits like that. And and we got more news coming.
Yeah.
Actually, there's one thing we didn't speak about.
What's that?
The tee you're wearing now.
Is this the right one?
Is it
I
the
don't
one?
think this is the right one.
No?
No.
Okay.
Is it? Have I got it?
It is the right one.
It is the right one. Let me tell. One sec.
Yeah, so this is the Loft Tech tee. This is basically resembles the journey that we have been on.
The concept is basically that we want people to take the trip on a journey with us. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's
Exactly.
a new tee.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I mean, I've got a few of them.
Yeah.
People have really bought into it, which is
The
sick to see.
material is really nice. It fits really. We've really enjoyed this oversized kind of like, but the quality had to be important. So we've been working with Tech, run by Miguel and Jake. They are responsible for.
And he's behind the camera.
Oh yeah, he's our cameraman today. That's Miguel, by the way. They're responsible for samples, designs, everything.
Yeah, basically they're the experts.
They're
We're
the
not
experts.
when it
Again,
comes to
finding
stuff.
people that are better than us. So they've been responsible for that. We sold out within.
I mean, we sold out before we even pretty much did the event.
Yeah.
It was mental. So
Yeah.
basically we're working on another order, a new batch.
Yeah.
Which already has a hell of a lot of orders. Which
So
is sick.
we've taken forward orders. So
Yeah.
at the event, we took deposits for people who obviously wanted the tee, which we're just waiting for them to come down. So as soon as they come down, obviously everyone will be getting theirs. However, we weren't able to get so much stock. So if you want yours, do let us know.
Yeah, message us or Tech basically privately, and we can.
Yeah, and then we can put one aside for you for the next event. It was actually just touching that. How cool was it to be in the venue and then like so many people? I thought that was sick.
Yeah, and faster horses.
Yeah, and
was
faster
very-
horses. That was pretty sick. So thank you to everyone that did buy a tee and obviously used it as well, wore it. And that's really cool to see. But yeah, do you have anything else you want to share?
No, we'll catch up again. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have a lot more to talk about the next time we get on as well.
Yeah, definitely. So coming soon, we got behind the scenes coming, the event in June. So make sure you grab your ticket for that. I think that's going to be one of our most exciting
Events
journeys.
in Splash, definitely. It'll
Yeah.
be one of the 100%. I'm excited for it. Really excited.
Excited for that. The teas and also the music label stuff will be coming soon. So stay tuned for that. And we'll speak about it on the next episode actually. So yeah, thank you guys. My name is Cisco. Thank you for watching.
My name's Sam.
And we'll catch you on the next episode.